Hi, I'm Lisa Lewis, and you're watching the Capital OTB Network.
Hello and welcome to a very busy edition of Horses and Courses. I'm Jean Wood. We had a tremendous weekend of racing, just completed holiday weekends. We've got an extra day's worth of racing from a number of tracks, and of course a lot of Breeders' Cup implications in the races we've just seen. We're going to begin the program at the Meadowlands and take a look at last Friday evening's running of the Pegasus for $250,000 for the 3-year-olds. Let's head down to New Jersey and the Pegasus.
And the Roth in the Pegasus. Breaking awkwardly there was Diamond Stripes, and Gotcha Gold darts out for the early lead, shows some speed. Gotcha Gold on board again on the inside with High Cotton third. Here comes Diamond on the outside. He's an Old Salt up in third and challenging. So High Cotton is fourth between horses. Awfully Smart is fifth. Fairbanks saves ground on the inside, sixth. Then on the outside comes the gray Diamond Stripes after the awkward beginning, and Harborage on the inside trails with that one, but only 4.5, 5 from front to back here. It's Gotcha Gold and Eddie Castro dictating the early pace, 23-3. Gotcha Gold, he's an Old Salt. High Cotton third on the outside. On board again, saves ground in the fourth position as they continue down the backstretch. In between them is Fairbanks fifth. On the outside, Awfully Smart sixth, widest of all. Diamond Stripes is circling up boldly, now fifth on the outside and gaining. Then it's 2 lengths to Harborage, the trailer, 8 lengths from the lead, 47-3 or 47-4 for the half. It's Gotcha Gold in front, still shadowed by He's an Old Salt. Continuous pressure on the outside as Diamond Stripes continues on with that big backstretch brush, is now third on the outside and threatening. On board again is back to fourth on the inside. Awfully Smart is fifth. Fairbanks on the inside sixth. Dropping out of it, High Cotton very sharply to that one's inside. Harborage, 3 of them across the track, 3/4 in 1:11 flat. They set sail for home. It's Diamond Stripes up 3 wide to take the lead. Diamond Stripes with dead aim on board again on the outside with He's an Old Salt on the inside and Gotcha Gold on the rails. 16th to go. Diamond Stripes and Edgar Prado almost home in the Pegasus. Diamond Stripes will do it. On board again was second. He's an Old Salt third.
Diamond Stripes got off to a bit of a slow start. He was shuffled back in the early going. The gray horse made a nice move around the second turn to get to the lead. On board again, who broke from the inside, was trapped kind of in between and inside of horses. Didn't seem to like running down on the rail. Once he got clear, he did make up quite a bit of ground. He's an Old Salt, another solid effort to finish third. The winner, Diamond Stripes, is a 3-for-3 unbeaten Grayer Roan gelded son of Notebook from Romantic Summer by On to Glory, bred in Florida by Mr. and Mrs. Samuel H. Rogers Jr. and owned by the Four Roses Thoroughbreds. Trained by Richard Dutrow Jr. and ridden to victory by Edgar Prado, Diamond Stripes covers the 9 furlongs at the Meadowlands in 1:47.1. We're going to head now to Keeneland, where, of course, they've opened their fall meet with a new main track surface. It is the Polytrack all-weather surface. However, we're going to begin with the Sycamore Breeders' Cup, 1.5 miles on the turf course. Let's join the Sycamore in progress.
Ramazzotti alongside of Lord Carman contesting the top spot. And Revved Up is still third, now to the far outside, 1 length off the lead as they head for the far turn. Rush Bay is toward the center of the course. Big Prairie between horses. And Porfido back toward the rail. The top 6 are separated by 2 lengths. And here's Ramazzotti to take the lead a half length now. Revved Up is just off his flank, and Lord Carman still there toward the inside. Rush Bay is fourth, 2 lengths off the lead. Angles toward the center of the course. Porfido needs room toward the rail as they turn for home. They move by the quarter pole. And then Big Prairie. Rochester is still far back along with Always First. At the 8th pole, Revved Up challenging Ramazzotti for the top spot. Rush Bay is third on the outside. Then Big Prairie. Lord Carman drops back, followed by Always First, who's still fifth. Revved Up to the lead, chased by Rush Bay in the Sycamore Breeders' Cup. Revved Up under Garrett Gomez to take it by 2 lengths over Rush Bay's second, a multiple horse photo for third.
Revved Up, a familiar face. This guy ran in New York for quite some time now in the barn of Christophe Clement. He has spent most of his time out of town, sometimes in the Mid-Atlantic, sometimes north of the border at Woodbine, and here in Kentucky, picking up a 2-length victory as the favorite at just over 5-2 from Rush Bay, with Always First rallying to finish third. The winner, Revved Up, is an 8-year-old gray roan gelded son of sultry song from Win Approval by With Approval. Bred in Florida by Live Oak Stud and owned by the Live Oak Plantation. Trained by Christophe Clement and ridden to victory by Garrett Gomez. Revved Up completes the mile and a half on the Keeneland turf in 2:29 and 4. Now we'll get a chance to check out that new Polytrack surface at Keeneland with the Darley Alcibiades. This is for 2-year-old fillies at 1 mile and a 16th. Let's head back to Friday and the Darley Alcibiades.
And they're off in the Darley Alcibiades. Cotton Blossom broke alertly from the outside. Appealing Zophie and X-Star have early speed. Untouched Talent up close to the early pace as well. Then She's Included back toward the inside. Appealing Zophie moves forward and gets the early lead from X-Star. Untouched Talent, then Cotton Blossom out in the center of the racetrack, just 2 lengths off the early leader. She's Included goes next. She's 5th in between horses. Boats goes to 6th on her outside. Bel Air Beauty goes 7th. Pro Pink is racing 8th. Her Majesty toward the outside is 9th. Get Ready Birdie is 10th. Gator Rise runs 11th as they hit the backstretch. Call the Kitty is 12th. Lisa M is running 13th. And Beautiful Venue is 14th and last. The opening quarter in 23 and 4/5 seconds. Appealing Zophie leads Untouched Talent 3/4 of a length. Cotton Blossom is there, but on the far outside in 3rd, 1.5 lengths off the lead. Bel Air Beauty moves up the rail in 4th, just 2 lengths off the leader. X-Star is next, and then Boats goes to the outside of She's Included. Get Ready Birdie, Her Majesty, who's 8 lengths off the lead. Then Gator Rise, Pro Pink, Call the Kitty is next as they enter the final turn, followed by Lisa M and Beautiful Venue. The half in 48 and 4/5 seconds. Appealing Zophie leading Untouched Talent. Cotton Blossom is 3rd up on the far outside, 2 lengths off the lead. Bel Air Beauty, then X-Star. Her Majesty is angling wide with a rush, but she is still 4th and still has a good 5 lengths to make up. And they've all got to get Appealing Zophie, who's coming to the 8th pole with Untouched Talent right there. Bel Air Beauty needs room. Cotton Blossom, Her Majesty is there. Gator Rise in the center of the track. Untouched Talent short lead. Bel Air Beauty coming to her outside. Untouched Talent. Bel Air Beauty is running on after her at the line. Bel Air Beauty from the outside to take it from Untouched Talent in the Darley Alcibiades in 1 minute 45 and 1/5 seconds.
Bel Air Beauty, the first big stakes upset of the meet, a 47-1 winner as a maiden, picking up this Grade 2 victory at the expense of Untouched Talent in from California with P-Val aboard as the favorite, and Her Majesty, who broke from the outside and was wide. She was a little fractious in the gate. She gave a little bit of trouble, but she did run on well after settling early. The winner, Bel Air Beauty, is a bay 2-year-old daughter of Smart Strike from Awe That by Boundary, bred in Kentucky by the Jamie S. Carrion Trust and is owned by Bruce Lunsford, trained by Frank Brothers and ridden to victory by Fernando Jara. Bel Air Beauty covers the 1 mile and a 16th on the Keeneland Polytrack in 1:45 and 1. We're going to head back to that Polytrack surface now, and the running on Saturday of the Phoenix Breeders' Cup Stakes. Older horses going sprint distance, 6 furlongs. Let's head back down to Keeneland and the Phoenix.
And they're off. Kelly's Landing comes out for the lead. Spanish Chestnut flashing his early speed, and Spanish Chestnut moves up to take command in the early going. Vicarage moves up down toward the inside, a close second. Coach Jimmy Lee 3rd. Silver Wagon is 4th. Judith's Wild Rush is 5th in between horses, nearly 5 lengths off the lead. Are You Talking to Me is next up on the far outside. Elusive Jazz, the defending champion, back toward the rail as they enter the far turn. Kelly's Landing broke well, but now drops out near the back of the pack. And Level Playing Field, the late running Level Playing Field, is last, nearly 10 lengths off the lead, 22 and 3 the time for the opening quarter, and Spanish Chestnut leads it by 2.5 lengths off the far turn. Vicarage goes 2nd. Coach Jimmy Lee is 3rd on the outside. Are You Talking to Me? And Level Playing Field gearing up in the center of the course, but they've got 5 lengths to make up on Spanish Chestnut, who leads it by 3, by 2. Are You Talking to Me is coming on. Kelly's Landing running late toward the rail. Then Coach Jimmy Lee, Level Playing Field, and Silver Wagon. Kelly's Landing, a furious rally up the inside. Are You Talking to Me is there. Kelly's Landing for Rafael Bejarano to take the Phoenix Breeders' Cup by a length. Are You Talking to Me 2nd, and Level Playing Field was 3rd.
Kelly's Landing, always very, very good when he gets the chance to run in Kentucky. Seems to like the Polytrack as well here, winning by a length with a nice move by Rafael Bejarano to slip him down inside of horses to get to the lead by a length over Are You Talking to Me, with Level Playing Field completing the order of the top 3 with a wide move. Kelly's Landing is a dark bay or brown gelded son of Patton from Best Game by Great Above. Bred in Kentucky by the Summer Place Farm and owned by the breeder. Trained by Eddie Keneally and ridden to victory by Rafael Bejarano. Kelly's Landing covers the 6 furlongs at Keeneland in 109 and 4. We'll head back to Keeneland now in Grade 1 2-year-old company in the Lanes End Breeders' Futurity. $500,000, a mile and a 16th for the babies. Let's head back to Saturday in the Lanes End Breeders' Futurity.
They're at the post. And they're off in the Lanes End Breeders' Futurity. Teufelsberg wasting no time, coming right out for the lead, and French Transition is right there to his inside as they head for the first turn. French Transition gets over next to the rail and leads it now by a length around the first turn. Teufelsberg goes second by 2.5. Bold Start moves up third on the outside of Great Hunter, who's fourth. Circular Key is placed toward the inside for a ground-saving trip in fifth, running 8 lengths off the lead. Street Sense is running near the back of the pack in the early going today. Bird is the word, is next to last. Passport is the trailer. 23 and 1 was the time for the opening quarter. French Transition leads it by just a neck up the backstretch. Teufelsberg is second on the outside. Gap of 3 lengths to Bold Start. Another gap of 3.5 back to Great Hunter. Circular Key toward the inside. Street Sense on the outside. Bird is the word between those two. Those three together some 7 lengths off the lead. 2 back of them to Passport, who's last. They got the half in 46 and 3. Teufelsberg on the outside, up to get the lead 3 parts of a length. French Transition drops back. Bird is the word, is gearing up on the outside with Bold Start. Bold Start, Street Sense, Bird is the word, all tracking down the leader as they come to the quarter pole. Teufelsberg fighting for his life. Circular Key and Great Hunter try to go to the outside. Street Sense takes the lead, moving off the far turn. Circular Key, Passport, Great Hunter, all moving on the outside. Circular Key is being unleashed along with Great Hunter to challenge Street Sense. Deep stretch of the Lanes End Breeders' Futurity. Short lead for Great Hunter. Street Sense is there, but Great Hunter will take it by a length and a half. It's close for second, either Circular Key or Street Sense, but Great Hunter under Victor Espinoza to take the Grade 1 Lanes End Breeders' Futurity.
Great Hunter, very impressive. This guy coming in from a second-place finish to Horse Greeley out of Del Mar last time out. Set the perfect trip under Victor Espinoza to win by a length and 3/4 at almost 6-1 over the favored Circular Key, who was behind horses in the early going, as he has normally been. Here he suffers his first career victory, but he did run what I thought was a fairly solid race, considering he was running over a new surface, and that this was obviously his return to Kentucky, but it was an entirely different environment underfoot for him. Street Sense ran well late to finish solidly in the third spot, made a nice bid, perhaps a little premature, getting to the lead at the top of the stretch, and then losing position in the final 16th. Great Hunter is a dark bay or brown son of Aptitude from Zenith by Roy, bred in Pennsylvania by the Ivy Dell stud and owned by J. Paul Redham. Trained by Doug O'Neill and ridden to victory by Victor Espinoza, Great Hunter covers the mile in a 16th and 1:44 flat. Back to that grass course at Keeneland now for the Shadwell Turf Mile, a Grade 1 mile for older horses on the grass. Let's head back to Keeneland and the Shadwell Turf Mile.
Three Valleys moves in. They are at the post, and they are off in the Shadwell Turf Mile. Old Dodge is quick into stride, comes right out for the lead, clears the inside traffic, and moves over down next to the rail. So Old Dodge will set the early tempo, leads it by 2 lengths. Remarkable News goes second into the first turn. British Blue is third up on the outside, and Cosmonaut goes a wide fourth, 3 lengths off the lead. Mies Approval has a ground-saving trip against the rail, just over 4 lengths from the front, joined by Hendricks on the outside. A gap of 2 more lengths to Three Valleys alongside of Aussie Rules, and a gap of 2 more back to Silent Name, who is absolutely last for the move up the back stretch. 23 and 4 was the time for the opening quarter. Old Dodge leading Remarkable News. Cosmonaut joins them, but he's still toward the far outside. British Blue against the rail in fourth, a length and a half off the lead, now taking third. Mies Approval travels in fifth, 3 lengths from the front. Hendricks on his outside. Then Aussie Rules against the rail. Three Valleys next to last. Silent Name the trailer, 8 lengths off the leader. They got the half in 47 and 4/5 seconds. Remarkable News draws alongside of Old Dodge. Cosmonaut joins them third, still a length and a half off the lead, however. Then British Blue, Mies Approval, swings to the outside. Aussie Rules looks toward the inside as they come to the 8th pole. Remarkable News challenging Old Dodge. Aussie Rules needs to find more. Cosmonaut, Mies Approval, Silent Name is charging late, but still far back along with Three Valleys. Old Dodge, Remarkable News, Aussie Rules getting through. Aussie Rules, a brilliant ride by Garrett Gomez to take it by 2 lengths to the Shadwell Turf Mile, and it is a multiple horse photo for place.
Aussie Rules, very impressive in victory, storming by horses to win by just under 2 lengths at 5-1 after getting off to a little bit of a slow start. Remarkable News, who has been as solid can be, finishing well to finish second with the nose in front of Old Dodge, the early pace setter, who finished third. The winner, Aussie Rules, a Grayer Roan colt, a son of Danehill from last second by Elzeo, was bred in Kentucky by Belgrave Bloodstock Limited. He is owned by Mrs. John Magnier, Michael Tabor, and Faisal Salman. He is trained by Aidan O'Brien and ridden to victory by Garrett Gomez. He'd been facing some of the top horses in Europe at a mile and a little bit longer, but clearly handled the Keeneland Turf Mile very impressively. Final time for the Shadwell Turf Mile, 1:34 and 1. One more Grade 1 from Keeneland this weekend, that of course, the Juddmonte Spinster for older fillies and mares on the Polytrack surface on Sunday. Let's head back to Sunday's Juddmonte Spinster.
And they're off in the Juddmonte Spinster. Summerly broke alertly, comes right to the front. Spun Sugar there with Happy Ticket down toward the inside. Promenade Girl is away running in 4th. Island Escape is out 5th toward the rail. Asi Siempre comes away running in the 6th position. Sharp Lisa goes 7th into the first turn. Soul Search is running 8th and next to last. And Lemons Forever is the early trailer. Summerly leads at a length and a half midway on the first turn. Spun Sugar second and neck. Happy Ticket 3rd toward the inside. And then Promenade Girl, who's 4th up on the outside, just over 2 lengths off the lead as they hit the backstretch. Island Escape, Asi Siempre, Sharp Lisa, break of nearly 5 more lengths back to Soul Search. And Lemons Forever is last. 25 seconds was the time for the opening quarter. Summerly sets the tempo, leading Spun Sugar by a length. Promenade Girl is 3rd by a head. Happy Ticket 4th down toward the rail. Asi Siempre, then Sharp Lisa on the outside. Island Escape to their inside. Break of just over 2 more lengths to Soul Search and Lemons Forever last. They got the half in 50 and 2/5 seconds. Summerly leading Spun Sugar 3 parts of a length, then Promenade Girl on the far outside. Happy Ticket 4th against the rail, just over 2 lengths from the lead. Asi Siempre is next, Sharp Lisa on her outside. Island Escape, Soul Search, and Lemons Forever at the back. Midway on the far turn, Spun Sugar alongside Summerly. Promenade Girl, Asi Siempre, Happy Ticket toward the inside. Sharp Lisa stays toward the outside, 3 lengths off the lead. Soul Search has 6 to make up. Spun Sugar now puts ahead in front. Promenade Girl behind her. Sharp Lisa, Asi Siempre from the outside. Happy Ticket needs room. She's right behind Summerly. At the 8th pole, Asi Siempre gets the lead. Summerly second, Spun Sugar, Promenade Girl, Sharp Lisa, Happy Ticket still in tight back in 5th. It's Asi Siempre kicking clear under jockey Julian Leperoux. Soul Search is running late. Asi Siempre to take the Grade 1 Juddmonte Spinster by nearly 3 lengths. A multiple horse photo for place.
Asi Siempre, very impressive. This was the first time she had run over anything but a grass surface, but she is trained by Pat Biancone, who has done such a good job training his horses on this Polytrack surface. Ball 4 in the Kentucky Cup Classic, another perfect example. But Asi Siempre, who had been impressive in a number of good turf stakes against fillies, here moves on to a dirt or dirt-like surface and picks up the victory. 2 1/4 lengths the better of Soul Search, with Promenade Girl back in the 3rd spot. All at fairly big prices. The favorite in this field was Happy Ticket, who was a little disappointing after chasing the pace. She got off to a little bit of an unprepared stop, hopping and bopping a little bit at the beginning, but unfortunately it did not work out real well for her. Another horse who was a little bit disappointing was Spun Sugar, who was the second choice in the wagering, chasing the pace in the early going, but was no match when the real late running got done, as this race did run very much like a typical turf race. Asi Siempre is a Grayer Roan 4-year-old daughter of El Prado from Siempre Asi by Silverhawk, bred in Kentucky by Almagro de Actividades Comerciales and is owned by Martin Schwartz, trained by Pat Biancone and ridden to victory by Julian Leperoux. Asi Siempre covers the mile and an eighth on the Polytrack in 1:51 and 4. We're going to pause now for a brief message, and when we return, we'll be taking a look at stakes racing action from Hoosier, Philadelphia, and Santa Anita. Please stay with us. Welcome back to Horses and Courses. We're going to head to Hoosier Park in Indiana next for a pair of stakes over the weekend, beginning with the Indiana Breeders' Cup Oaks. Grade 3 for 2-year-old fillies run on Friday evening. Let's head out to Hoosier Park and join the Indiana Breeders' Cup Oaks in progress.
Quarter time was 23 seconds. They're on the backstretch now, and they're battling four abreast here on the inside. With the lead, it's Cool Wind. Cool Wind with just a nose in front. There between horses is Peak Maria's Way. In the third path then is Crypto Quip, and still wide of the outside Maggie Slew. And now angling wide, Bagdaria, as Rafael Bejarano will angle her to the outside and is positioning himself as they round the far bend. Half was 46 and 3, and now with a nose in front, it's Peak Maria's Way. Peak Maria's Way leading the way to the top of the stretch to the inside. Cool Wind is still there running in second. Crypto Quip on the outside is set to fire now as they move through the stretch past the quarter pole. 3/4 time 1:11. Now less than a furlong to go. And to the outside, charging up, here comes Bagdaria for the lead. To the inside is Crypto Quip. And to the outside, Southern Flu beginning to show late run. They're at the 16th pole, and Bagdaria has taken the lead. And Bagdaria will step away and win the 12th running of the Indiana Breeders' Cup Oaks. Crypto Quip running second, Southern Flu.
Bagdaria, a very nice filly from the Midwest, getting the victory here under Rafael Bejarano. What a terrific weekend of stakes racing, beating Crypto Quip and Southern Flu, who rallied well at 27-1 to complete the order of the top three. The winner, Bagdaria, is a bay filly, a daughter of Royal Academy from Otzi by Unbridled. Bred in Kentucky by Bentley L. Smith and owned by Clinton and Susan Atkins, trained by Tom Amos and ridden to victory by Rafael Bejarano. Bagdaria covers the mile in a 16th at Hoosier in 1:43 and 3. Next up, the Indiana Derby for 3-year-olds on Saturday evening, a Grade 3, $500,000, and the return to the races of Bright One. Let's head out to Hoosier and the Indiana Derby.
45 and 4 for the halftime. It's Star Dabbler. Star Dabbler a length. Simon Pure is now second on the inside, running on the outside in the third as they move to the top of the stretch. It's a Bright One. Bright One is wide on the outside and moving up between horses, Manalokan. It's Star Dabbler who leads for home. Manalokan there to the outside with Simon Pure looking to move on through to the inside. They pass the quarter pole, 3/4 time, 1:10 and 1. Now less than a furlong to go, and charging hard on the outside, taking command. Here comes Simon Pure, and on the outside of the center of the track, it's Cielo Gold. Cielo Gold has taken a short lead. It's Cielo Gold, and there to the inside as they come to the wire is Star Dabbler. They'll hit the wire together. It is a tight photo for win with Cielo Gold and Star Dabbler.
An exciting finish. There was a little bit of a miscall there. It is Cielo Gold who ended up dead heating with Star Dabbler, the early pace setter, a long way back, about 5 back to Smokey Jones Sutton, who rallied well to finish third. Star Dabbler, you may remember, coming out of an allowance win at Saratoga, finished a good second to Henny Hugh, who's going 7 furlongs in the Grade 1 King's Bishop, and obviously stretched out quite capably, as his pedigree would indicate that he should. Cielo Gold, a very nice effort by this guy at 17-1, settling for the dead heat victory. Star Dabbler is a bay colt, a son of St. Bellado. His co-winner here, Cielo Gold, also a dark bay or brown son of Conquistador Cielo. Star Dabbler, owned by Barry K. Schwartz and trained by Michael Hushin. Cielo Gold, owned by Hillcrest Farm Racing and trained by Hal Wiggins. Star Dabbler, ridden by Richie Migliori. Brian Hernandez aboard Cielo Gold, all finished the mile and a 16th at Hoosier Park in 1 minute 42 and 4. We're going to continue now with racing action from Philadelphia Park, where on Saturday they ran the Cotillion Breeders' Cup for 3-year-old fillies. Let's head to Philadelphia and join the Cotillion in progress.
The first quarter, a pedestrian 24 3/5 seconds to the head of the backstretch. Baby Bird on the inside, India on the outside, and those two are on even terms, 2 lengths ahead of Amanditude, who races in a nice position in third. It's a length and a half then to Miss Shop, fourth along the inside, and just 5 from the front. Another length to the trailer, Miraculous Miss. The quintet make their way down the backstretch with 4 furlongs left to run and a half, that went in 49-1. India now takes over from Baby Bird. Baby Bird begins to drop back a bit on the rail. Amanditude moves in closer on the outside second now. Baby Bird is third, a length and a half to Miss Shop. Richard Migliori's pushing the buttons. She's yet to respond yet from fourth. 3 more to Miraculous Miss, yet to unfurl her run from the back of the pack. Towards the top of the stretch, India the leader, shaken up by Joe Bravo. Here comes Stuart Elliott and Amanditude on the outside. Baby Bird looks to fight down at the inside. Coming to the final furlong of the Fitz-Dixon Cotillion, it's India. India by a length and a half. Amanditude second. Baby Bird is third. Miraculous Miss not enough today. It is India. India wins the 37th Fitz-Dixon Cotillion. Amanditude was second. Baby Bird third. Miraculous Miss was fourth. Miss Shop completed it.
India, very impressive in victory. She'd been a little disappointing since being a private purchase late or midsummer last year as a 2-year-old, but here returns very impressively by a length and a quarter under Joe Bravo at the expense of Amanditude and Baby Bird, who moved up into stakes company for this Grade 2 event. Also disappointing here was Miraculous Miss, who had twice beaten India earlier on in the season. She never seemed to get on track after being a little bit on the wide side and just not having one of her better trips. She broke fairly alertly from the inside. She came with a bit of a rally, but came up a little bit flat, perhaps not liking running inside of horses in this field. The winner, India, is a chestnut filly, a daughter of Hennessy from Misty Hour by Mizwaukee, bred in Kentucky by the Summer Wind Farm and owned by Lion Stables. Trained by Todd Pletcher and ridden to victory by Joe Bravo, India covers the mile and a 16th at Philly in 1 minute 43 and 1. We're going to head next to Santa Anita, their Oak Tree at Santa Anita meet, and take a look first at the Oak Tree Breeders' Cup Mile. This is a Grade 1 for older horse, or Grade 2, I'm sorry, for older horses. Let's head out to California and the Oak Tree Mile.
And away they go. All came out well. Wild Buddy, Aragon, and Courtenay, the 3 inside horses away fast. Buckland Manor in the gold colours right there. Now Salty Humour's going to tuck in just behind the leaders, been followed by That's an Outrage, and Lord Admiral last early is 8 off them. Into the turn they go, and Wild Buddy out here setting a good pace, leads at a length to Buckland Manor. Courtenay is tucked in third, and here's the favourite Aragon in fourth, just 3 lengths off the leaders. Salty Humour is racing back in fifth. That's an Outrage, giving them 8-length starts, and another 2 to Lord Admiral. Down the backstretch they go, and Wild Buddy about as quick as he could for this distance. He's opened up 3 lengths on Buckland Manor. Aragon is right there in third, then Courtenay, Salty Humour fifth, now 6 off the leader. 2.5 further back to That's an Outrage, and Lord Admiral is last. A half mile to go now in the Breeders' Cup Mile, and it's still Wild Buddy in front a length to Buckland Manor. Aragon on the outside, just biding his time. He's right there, 3 of them go into the turn together. Courtenay fourth, then Salty Humour, That's an Outrage, and Lord Admiral is only 7 off them. They come into the top of the lane, and let's see, Aragorn has given his head, and Aragorn strikes the front as they turn for home. And Aragorn, an electrifying turn of speed. He gets a tap on the shoulder to go on with it, but he opens up 2 lengths. Buckland Manor, Courtenay coming down the centre as Lord Admiral, but it's Aragorn still being handridden. He's clear by 2. Courtenay giving a game chase, and Lord Admiral finishing stoutly, but Aragorn's class was too much for them, and Aragorn wins it. Courtenay was second, Lord Admiral third, and Buckland Manor finished fourth.
Aragorn, clearly the dominant turf miler on the West Coast, picking up yet another victory, sitting just off of horses for the first about half a mile or so, and then unleashing his usual run to win by a length over Courtenay, with Lord Admiral back in the 3rd spot. The winner, Aragorn, is a chestnut colt, a son of Giant's Causeway from Onaga by Mr. Prospector. He was bred in Ireland by the Ballygallen stud and is owned by the breeder. Trained by Neil Drysdale and ridden to victory by Corey Nakatani, Aragorn covers the mile on the firm turf in 1:32 and 4. We're going to continue now at Santa Anita and the running of the Goodwood Breeders' Cup Handicap. This, of course, an event for older horses, a Grade 2, 9 furlongs. Let's head back to California and the Goodwood.
And away they go to a perfect start. Romeo Plus from the inside gate broke well, but doesn't want to go to the lead. Lava Man does, and so does Preaching at the Bar. Brother Derek showing good speed from the outside gate. Is going to be carried wide into the turn, though. Super Frolic right there, as is Magnum in the white colours. Giacomo's dropped back last, 7 off them. The other 6 are tightly grouped. It's Lava Man down at the rail, Preaching at the Bar between horses. Brother Derek had to go wide into the turn. Romeo Plus scrapes the paint in 4th, and Super Frolic is only 2 lengths off the leaders. Magnum at the back of the leading group, and 3 more to Giacomo. Past the 3/4 pole they go, and Lava Man at a decent pace leads it by a neck to Preaching at the Bar. Brother Derek is right there in 3rd. Romeo Plus at the rail. Super Frolic between horses, 2 lengths off the leader. Magnum on the outside. Those 6 still tightly grouped, and only 3 lengths back to Giacomo. They go to the half mile in the Goodwood Breeders' Cup Handicap, and it's still Lava Man in front. Preaching at the Bar keeps the pressure on. Brother Derek on the outside. Romeo Plus at the rail. Super Frolic still only 2.5 off the leaders. Then comes Magnum. Giacomo is 7 off the leaders. 3/8 to go now, and Lava Man is asked to go for home, and Lava Man shaking away again. And Lava Man, he's doing it again. He's just electrifying as he streaks away from them. Opens up 4 at the top of the lane. Brother Derek, Preaching at the Bar, Super Frolic. Giacomo is starting a late run, but far back. They homeward bound now. Lava Man, now he's fully stretched, but he's clear by 3. Brother Derek, Preaching at the Bar at the rail. Giacomo down the centre, and Super Frolic. But Lava Man, he just put them away with that same turn of foot. And Lava Man and Corey Nakatani take the Goodwood Breeders' Cup Handicap. Brother Derek second, then came Giacomo, Preaching at the Bar, Super Frolic, Magnum, and Romeo Plus was last.
Lava Man just continues to roll, an unbeaten season continuing on. He's won dirt group grade 1s, turf grade 1s. He just loves going a route of ground, and here goes the 9 furlongs on the lead just about every step of the way, 2 1/4 lengths the better of Brother Derek, who did improve nicely off of his most recent start, getting me thinking that perhaps he might make up to be a very nice 4-year-old. Giacomo rallies from off the pace to complete the order of the top 3. The winner, Lava Man, a dark bay or brown 5-year-old gelding, a son of Slough City Slough from Lil Miss Leonard by Nostalgia Star, was bred in California by Lonnie Arterburn, Eve and Kim Kuhlman, owned by the STD Racing Stable and Jason Wood, trained by Doug O'Neill and ridden to victory by Corey Nakatani. Lava Man covers the 9 furlongs at Santa Anita in 1 minute 48 seconds flat. Speaking of going pretty fast, next up we've got sprinters in Grade 1 Ancient Title Breeders' Cup. Let's head back out to California in the Ancient Title.
And away they go to a perfect start. Bordenero from the outside gate. Out well as Pure as Gold. Thor's Echoes right there. Jungle Prince down at the rails. Zanzibar on the far side, and Spellbinder last. Only 5 off the leader. Past the 5/8, and Bordenero clears the field. Leads at a length and a quarter. Thor's Echoes in second. Jungle Prince down at the rail, and Pure as Gold between horses. Zanzibar in the goal. 3 off them, and Spellbinder inside of that. Tightly grouped as they go to the 3/8. Bordenero by a length. On the outside, Thor's Echo. Jungle Prince right there at the rail. Now Pure as Gold is losing ground. He's got to pick it up. Zanzibar outside of that, and then Spellbinder. Coming to the quarter pole, still Bordenero. Here's Thor's Echo running a big one today. Bordenero, Thor's Echo. Jungle Prince not going on. Pure as Gold outside of that. Homeward Bound and Bordenero's finding more on the lead now. And it's Bordenero just over a length. A game run from Thor's Echo in second. But Bordenero's clear by a length and a half with a 16th to go. Thor's Echo game chases him every yard of the way, but Bordenero too good. And Bordenero takes the ancient title from Thor's Echo, Jungle Prince and Pure as Gold.
Bordenero, a very good sprinter, and a division out there in the West Coast this year that has simply not been all that strong. It was weakened a little bit early this season, a couple of retirements and a couple of horses going to the sidelines, but Bordenero has really risen to the occasion, picking up yet another victory, this time over Thor's Echo and Jungle Prince. The winner, Bordenero, is a chestnut gelding, a son of Memo from Miss Excitement by Rajab, bred in California by Fred Carrillo and Daniel A. Casella, owned by the breeders and trained by Bill Spohr. Ridden to victory by Pat Valenzuela, Bordenero covers the 6 furlongs at Santa Anita in 107 and 4. Back to the 2-year-old division now, and Sunday's running of the Grade 2 Norfolk Breeders' Cup for 2-year-olds going a mile and a 16th. Let's head back to California and the Norfolk.
And away they go. Horse Greeley was off a little awkward, as was Sunshine Ridge. From the outside, Stormello's away fast with Spot the Diplomat, Principal Secret along the inside, and Sunshine Ridge is in the leading group as well. Swiss Ski's going to have to go a little wide. Lucky 13 tugging his way through down at the rail, goes up onto the horses' leaders. All going very wide here was Horse Greeley. Horse Greeley didn't take the turn at all. He's dropped back last. Just in front of that is Malt Magic. 3/4 of a mile to go now, and Principal Secret goes on a length and a half. Lucky 13 is still pulling very hard. Spot the Diplomat outside of that. Stormello's in 4th. Then we come back to Swiss Ski. Inside of him is Malt Magic, only 4 lengths off the leaders. Now we have Horse Greeley on the outside. Been a diabolical first half of the race for him. He's got 8 lengths to make up now. Behind that comes Roman Commander and Sunshine Ridge. They go past a half-mile pole, and Principal Secret's in front. In the second spot is Spot the Diplomat. Stormello is 3rd. Then Swiss Ski, Lucky 13 now having to be asked to pick it up. Malt Magic is behind that. Horse Greeley going to start his run now. He's going to have to go wide. He's in the gold, 8 lengths off the leaders, and then Roman Commander. Coming to the top of the lane in the Norfolk now, and still the leader is Principal Secret. Spot the Diplomat. Stormello's right there in 3rd. Horse Greeley, nope, he couldn't overcome that. He's gone. They're at the top of the lane now, and Principal Secret, a narrow leader. Spot the Diplomat between them. Stormello grandstand side. Stormello, Principal Secret down to these two now. Down at the rail, Principal Secret and Alex Celeste. Stormello and Kent DeSormo chasing gamely on the outside. Stormello's making inches. Stormello, Principal Secret in an absolute thriller. Here's the wire. Stormello will win it. Stormello and Kent DeSormo have won the Norfolk. Principal Secret was 2nd, then Spot the Diplomat, and Swiss Ski was 4th.
Stormello, a little bit of an upset here. He was almost 12-1, which is a little surprising to me. Obviously, the favorite was Horse Greeley coming out of his nice win in the Del Mar Futurity. Great Hunter had run 2nd in that race and won on the Saturday card at Keeneland. Yet Stormello, allowed to go off at a fairly big price, picks up a just off the pace rallying win, wearing down Principal Secret, who was the 2nd choice off of a win in the Best Pal Stakes, and Spot the Diplomat coming in to the finishing in the 3rd spot, coming in off of a very nice maiden win. The winner, Stormello, is a chestnut 2-year-old son of Stormy Atlantic from Will Shued by Carson City. Bred in Kentucky by Al Eisman and William Curran, owned by the breeders and trained by Bill Curran, ridden to victory by Kent DeSormo. Stormello covers the mile on the 16th at Santa Anita in 1:43 flat. We're going to pause now for one more brief message, and when we return, we'll be heading back home to Belmont Park and a terrific weekend's worth of stakes. Please stay with us. Welcome back to Horses and Courses. We're going to continue now at Belmont Park, where, of course, on Saturday they had their Super Saturday card, kicking things off the 5 Grade 1 stakes races. The Beldame for older fillies and mares at 9 furlongs. Let's head down to Belmont and the running of the Beldame.
And they're off. First away was Round Pond on the outside, but Take the Tour is coming up quickly from the inside now to take the early lead. And the far outside teammate, who was just off a half step slowly, so those three will vie for the lead. What appears to be a comfortable early pace here. Fleet Indian is down toward the inside, running not far behind the pacemakers in fourth. A break of 4, back to Boleto, and Sweet Symphony trails the field. 23-4 was the first quarter. Fairly moderate as they move down the backstretch, and Take the Tour is the leader. And then it's Round Pond second on the outside, teammate third, and Fleet Indian in an uncustomary spot for her. She is just off the pace today, running along in fourth. A break of 5 to the still unhurried Boleto with 5 furlongs to go. The trailer is Sweet Symphony. They've picked the tempo up here. The half went in 46 1/5 seconds. And as they round the far turn, Fleet Indian still in fourth position. Take the Tour holds a narrow lead. Round Pond right there on the outside. Teammate Fleet Indian just in behind the lead, and now Boleto's beginning to hit her best stride now as she draws within 6 lengths of the leaders. And the new leader is Round Pond. Take the Tour is given way. Teammate there, and now Fleet Indian is revving up on the far outside, and Boleto's not far behind her, and the field turns for home, and Fleet Indian sweeps to the lead, but Boleto's hard on her heels second as they enter the final furlong of the Beldame. It is Fleet Indian under a drive. The lead's a length. Boleto trying to get to her, just a half length behind. Fleet Indian trying to fend off the oncoming Boleto. It's going to be a photo finish. Fleet Indian and Boleto. Here's the wire. Fleet Indian would not be denied. Fleet Indian holds off Boleto to win it, and she keeps her perfect season intact. And Fleet Indian will go on to the Breeders' Cup undefeated in 2006. Boleto was beaten narrowly, and Round Pond was third in a thrilling edition of the Beldame.
Fleet Indian, very impressive, showing a little bit more dimension here, rating rather kindly under Jose Santos and rallying nicely from off the pace. At one point, she had a 2-length lead. Boleto was cutting into it, but not quite able to get by Fleet Indian. Round Pond, who was between horses in the early going, perhaps a little closer to the pace than her connections would have liked, ran a good race to finish in the 3rd spot. The winner, Fleet Indian, a dark bay or brown mare, a daughter of Indian Charlie from Huslita by a Fleet, was bred right here in New York by Thomas and Lakin, owned by Paul H. Saylor and trained by Todd Pletcher, ridden to victory by Jose Santos. Fleet Indian will head into the Breeders' Cup Distaff unbeaten on the year. She covered the mile in an 1/8 at Belmont in 1:48.3. We're going to stay with older fillies, this time head to the turf in the Grade 1 Flower Bowl Invitational at 10 furlongs on the grass. Let's head back to Belmont and get Tom Durkin's call of the Flower Bowl.
And they're off. And a good beginning for all, and Mike Luzzy wants that laid with Jade Queen. Luzzy sends Jade Queen to the front. Argentina, though, will hold her spot at the inside. Filmmaker right up there early on. They're in behind them. It's Honey Rider, and the early trailer will be Angara. So the field moves into the first turn. And up for that lead now, Jade Queen. Jade Queen crosses over just ahead of Argentina. And Filmmaker rating nicely on the outside third in the early going here. And then Honey Rider, who settles into an easy beat. And Angara is the last of the 5 as Jade Queen takes him into the backstretch run. And there's a 2-length lead, followed by Argentina. The first quarter goes in 24 4/5 seconds, with Jade Queen on an uncontested lead down that backstretch run. Still running along in second after a half. In a reasonable 50 1/5 seconds remains Argentina. Filmmaker is in the clear in third. Honey Rider continues to move comfortably while fourth behind comfortable fractions with 5 furlongs to go yet. And Angara remains the trailer as the field races into the far turn now. At the half-mile pole, it's been Jade Queen the whole way. Argentina has been tracking her throughout. Filmmaker now gets a little nudge from Ramon Dominguez, third on the outside.
Honey Rider down on the fence, and Angara is still 5th, 4 lengths from the lead with 3 furlongs to run. Jade Queen coming to the top of the stretch with that lead. Edgar Prado says go with Argentina. Honey Rider looms a solid threat just in behind the lead at the rail. And Angara runs the daylight on the far outside. And Filmmaker is set down for that final furlong. But it is still Jade Queen in front. Jade Queen a length and a half. Honey Rider in between horses. Filmmaker on the outside. Argentina steadied. 16th pole. Jade Queen crying out for the wire. Here comes Honey Rider. Here comes Filmmaker. Here's the finish. Honey Rider won it. Won it by a nostril over Filmmaker. Jade Queen finishing 3rd in the Flower Bowl.
Honey Rider, very impressive, splitting horses nicely and gamely to win by a nose over Grade 1 winner Filmmaker and stablemate Jade Queen about another half a length back in the 3rd spot. The winner, Honey Rider, had a little bit of trouble up until earlier this season with that Belmont turf course, but obviously has overcome whatever was causing her a little bit of difficulty there. Honey Rider is a Grayer Roan mare, a daughter of lasting approval from Quando Quere by Affirmed. Bred in Kentucky by the Wimborne Farm and owned by Glencrest Farm Limited. Trained by Todd Pletcher and ridden to victory by John Velasquez, Honey Rider completes the 1.25 miles at Belmont Park on the turf in 2:02 and 2. Next up, we're going to head to sprinters on the main track in the Grade 1 Vosburg. Now run at 6 furlongs for older horses, 3 and up. Sprinters, let's head down to New York and the Vosburg.
And they're off. Attila Storm like a rocket out of there. Attila Storm quickly in front of this very fleet-footed field. Henny Hughes is second on the inside. Warfront 3rd, Silver Train 4th. And farther back, Who's the Cowboy 5th. Racing for the far turn, Attila Storm is blazing the way. And Henny Hughes is just a length behind him. Warfront 3rd and Silver Train is 5 lengths away from Attila Storm, whose opening quarter was 22 1/5 seconds. And Henny Hughes is right there, just off his flank second. Warfront on the far outside, poised in 3rd. 4 lengths back to Silver Train 4th, another 4 back to Longshot, Who's the Cowboy. Coming to the top of the stretch now, and it's Attila Storm, a tenuous lead at the quarter pole. Henny Hughes is right there with him, and now it's Henny Hughes in front. Henny Hughes the leader as the field comes into the final furlong. The half went in 44 4/5 seconds. Warfront on the outside, Attila Storm, and Silver Train is laboring, not today for him, into the final 16th. It's going to be Henny Hughes. Henny Hughes, a sparkling 3-year-old to win it here by 3 on the wire, defeating Warfront and Attila Storm. The final time was 1:08 flat.
Henny Hughes taking on his elders as was anticipated right after his win up here at Saratoga. Kieran McLaughlin indicated that this was the plan and worked out beautifully. 2 3/4 length victory over Warfront with the early pace setter returnee Attila's Storm running well to finish 3rd. A little disappointing in here was Silver Train, who has been all but unbeatable at Belmont Park. He did suffer a rare defeat and really a rare unimpressive performance for Silver Train. We'll have to see if his connections decide that they are still interested in the Breeders' Cup. They had said that they were not really considering the Breeders' Cup with this horse because he is so impressive at Belmont and so much less so elsewhere. The winner, however, very impressive. Henny Hughes, a 3-year-old chestnut son of Hennessy from Meadow Flyer by Meadow Lake, was bred in Kentucky by Liberation Farm, Trackside Farm, and CHO Limited, owned by the Zabeel Racing International and trained by Kieran McLaughlin, ridden to victory by John Velasquez. Henny Hughes covers the 6 furlongs at Belmont in 1:08 flat. Back onto the turf now for the Joe Hirsch Turf Classic Invitational, a Grade 1 for older horses. Let's head back down to Belmont and the Joe Hirsch Turf Classic.
They are in the gate. And they're off. And it is Icy Atlantic who breaks on top. Icy Atlantic out there to establish that early lead. Dreadnought is up close to the early pace today. English Channel's right alongside him. And Royal Highness is 4 wide. Down toward the inside, Frost Giant gets a beautiful spot early on. He's followed by Fredonia, and the early trailer is Interpretation. So they make that long run into the first turn here at Belmont Park, and it is Icy Atlantic leading the way. Dreadnought up close to the pace today. Just to his inside, Frost Giant runs along in 3rd, and English Channel is 3 wide in the early stages here. They saunter through an opening quarter in 25 2/5 seconds. And so it's Icy Atlantic who's now beginning to pick that tempo up just a bit. He's got a 2-length lead. On the outside, Dreadnought remains in second position. Frost Giant is third. Johnny Velasquez still unhurried with English Channel on the outside fourth. The half is 51 1/5 seconds. So the pace established by Icy Atlantic is not particularly quick at all. In fact, it's quite reasonable. Who leads Dreadnought by length. On the outside, English Channel continues in third. Frost Giant, then the two French fillies are together. Fredonia and Royal Harness, they're only about 4 lengths from the lead. Interpretation trails the field. Now they've got 6 furlongs to go, and they've run 3 quarters in 1:16 1. The pace is slow. The leader is Icy Atlantic. Dreadnought right there. Room at the inside for Frost Giant. On the outside, English Channel continues a wide journey, but he's only about 1.5 lengths from the lead as they enter the far turn. And the French fillies Fredonia, followed closely by Royal Highness. They're only about 4 from the front. Interpretation trails the field. Around the far turn, Icy Atlantic now driving on that lead. Dreadnought and English Channel on the outside. Ireland's Frost Giant has had a beautiful trip so far. He's just in behind the lead, only 2 lengths from it, and running in fourth. Then Fredonia, Royal Highness on the outside, and Interpretation. And now they're coming to the top of the stretch. Icy Atlantic and English Channel draws alongside, but he goes wide as they come off the turn. Frost Giant just in behind him, down toward the inside. Dreadnought is there, and Frost Giant gets caught in traffic and has to steady. They're coming into the final furlong, and now it's English Channel in front. Here comes Interpretation on the far outside, Royal Highness and Fredonia, but they're chasing English Channel to no avail. English Channel scores by 5 emphatic lengths over Fredonia, Royal Highness, and Interpretation.
English Channel, very impressive win by this guy. He was 4th last time out in the Arlington Million. He was a little rank that day and was just a little bit rank as well on Saturday, tossing his head a little, giving John Velasquez a little trouble pulling up again with the head tossing. But he was impressive here in victory as the odds-on choice, wide on both turns. But he was clearly the class of this field. 2 European fillies in here, finishing in the 2nd and 3rd spots. Fredonia finishing 2nd, the German-bred Royal Highness completing the order of the top 3. The winner, English Channel, is a chestnut son of Smart Strike from Belva by Theatrical, bred in Kentucky by the Keene Ridge Farm and owned by James Catorcio. Trained by Todd Pletcher and ridden to victory by John Velasquez. English Channel covers the 1.5 miles on the turf at Belmont in 2:28 3. Next up, of course, the Grade 1 Jockey Club Gold Cup, 1.25 miles at Belmont Park. Unfortunately, a very short field of only 4, highlighted, of course, by what the horse that looks like this point, the leader of the 3-year-old division, Bernardini. Let's head down to Belmont. Tom Durkin's call of the Jockey Club Gold Cup.
Ready for the start. As the odds board reads 1-9 for Bernardini, and they're off, and Bernardini breaks in stride, but Wandering Boy is sent after that lead by Edgar Prado immediately. So it will be Wandering Boy, as expected, out to take that lead. Bernardini defers to Wandering Boy in the first quarter mile here. Andromeda's Hero is third, about 3 lengths from the lead, and Ireland's Dylan Thomas is just allowed to lope along in the early stages here as they make their way into the backstretch run. Wandering Boy leads by a length, and Javier Castellano keeps Bernardini out of harm's way in the clear on the outside, running along in second, 3/4 of length behind an opening quarter in a tepid 25 seconds flat. Andromeda's Hero remains in his 3rd position and a 6 lengths back to Dylan Thomas as they continue their run up the backstretch. Wandering Boy, but not far behind, looms the Preakness and Travers winner Bernardini. The half goes in 48 seconds flat, so that second quarter was 23 seconds flat there, so they have picked up that tempo considerably as the field moves for the far turn. Wandering Boy on top, Bernardini, just a little nudge there from Javier Castellano. 5 lengths back, Andromeda's Hero, Cornelio Velasquez, trying to motivate him, and it's a long way back to Dylan Thomas. He has dropped way out of it now. He's almost 18 from the front. And up front, it's still Wandering Boy, and now they're getting serious. Bernardini, 1.5 lengths behind him second, and there's 3 furlongs to go in the Jockey Club Gold Cup. 7 lengths adrift is Andromeda's Hero. Coming to the top of the stretch, Wandering Boy. And the menacing presence of Bernardini draws alongside, and Javier Castellano steals a peek back to check out Andromeda's Hero, who's 6 lengths behind the lead. And under a hand ride, Bernardini has just inhaled Wandering Boy. Bernardini coming down to the final furlong. Just a hand ride for him today again. And Wandering Boy. And they're coming down to the finish. And once again, with nonchalant brilliance, Bernardini has won. That trademark nonchalant brilliance of his. Javier Castellano says he's number 1, and who can argue? The final time was 2:01 flat.
Bernardini, very impressive, sitting just off the pacemaker Wandering Boy with a patient ride by Javier Castellano. When he asked him at about the top of the turn, a couple of people thought he might be asking him to go just a little bit too soon, but any worry proved to be unfounded as he wins off by almost 7 lengths as the heavy favorite over Wandering Boy and Andromeda's Hero. Disappointing was Dylan Thomas. He was making his first try on dirt, and he obviously did not take all that well to it. I would imagine that the possibility still exists that he may run in the Breeders' Cup turf. The winner, Bernardini, stretches his streak out to 5 now. Bernardini is a bay colt, a son of A.P. Indy from Cara Raffaella by Quiet American. Bred in Kentucky by Darley and owned by Darley Stable, trained by Tom Albertrani and ridden to victory by Javier Castellano. Bernardini covers the 1.25 miles at Belmont in 2:01 flat. 2 more stakes from the weekend to bring to you from Belmont Park, going back to Sunday now, and the running of the Gallant Bloom, a grade 2 for Philly sprinters. Let's head back to Belmont and the call of the Gallant Bloom.
And they're off. Get Cozy with Kaylee. Away quickly on the outside. In between horses, there goes Great Intentions. And on the far outside, Win McCool. Win McCool will go head-to-head with Great Intentions. Get Cozy with Kaylee just to their outside third. Swap Flipperoo up close, only 2 lengths from the lead and 4th. And Annika Lass is 5th. And 2 lengths back to the trailer, Nothing But Fun, who trails the field as her stablemate Great Intentions goes head-to-head up front with Win McCool. And those two have had a quarter of 22 1/5 seconds, and they take their duel midway around the far turn. 3.5 lengths back to Get Cozy with Kaylee running in third. Swap Flipperoo is now dropped 7 from the front, about to be passed by Nothing But Fun on the far outside. The trailer is Annika Lass, and they come to the top of the stretch. Win McCool still hand-ridden into the lane. Great Intentions also under a hand ride, and those two head-to-head as they come down to the last furlong. Get Cozy with Kaylee, Annika Lass inside the final 8th, and Great Intentions shakes loose from Win McCool. And Great Intentions opens up in the final furlong. A big run late from Annika Lass, but no getting Great Intentions today. Great Intentions wins by 3.5 on the wire, and it is dead tight for second between Annika Lass and Get Cozy with Kaylee.
Great Intentions getting a little bit of class relief. She'd run 3 straight grade 1 races, including a second last time out, to Dubai Escapade in the grade 1 ballerina at Saratoga. In fact, the same connections the day prior had run a good second with Star Dabbler to Henny Hughes in the grade 1 King's Bishop. Both this horse and Star Dabbler both get a little bit of class relief, and Great Intentions rewards them as well with a 4-length victory over Annika Lass and Get Cozy with Kaylee. The winner, Great Intentions, is a bay filly, a daughter of Cat Thief, out of Packet by Polish Navy. Bred in Kentucky by R. Alex Rankin, R&P Lenahan, owned by Barry Schwartz, trained by Mike Hushin, and ridden to victory by Javier Castellano. Great Intentions covers the 6.5 furlongs at Belmont in 1:16 flat. The final race of the weekend from Belmont Park, the final stakes, the Pebbles for 3-year-old fillies going for $100,000 on the turf. Let's head back to Belmont and the running of the Pebbles.
And they're off. Sugar Swirl and Quite a Bride. It's Quite a Bride up for a short lead. Sugar Swirl right alongside her. Ready to Please is sent through an opening from the rail. Diamond Spirits there on the far outside. Better Now Between Horses is now 5th, followed by Moya, who's reined in back in 6th. And Calla Lily is the early trailer. She's about 7 lengths from the leader, Quite a Bride. Cornelio Velasquez rationing out that speed of Quite a Bride to maintain a measured 1-length lead over Sugar Swirl through a quarter in 23 2/5 seconds. 2 lengths back, Ready to Please is third, just on the inside of Diamond Spirit. Then farther back, it's Better Now, outside of Calla Lily, and the trailer is Moya as they race for the far turn. And it's still Quite a Bride breezing along unchallenged here. Sugar Swirl runs second behind a half of 46 2/5 seconds. Ready to Please on the inside continues to save ground. Diamond Spirit still runs along in fourth. Calla Lily is a strong fifth, about 5 lengths from the front now. Then Better Now and Moya, and they're coming to the top of the stretch, and it's still Quite a Bride. Quite a Bride rolls into the stretch. With that lead, 1.5 lengths, Ready to Please targets her from the outside. Calla Lily is third toward the rail. Diamond Spirit 1 furlong out, and it's still Quite a Bride going strong. Quite a Bride. Ready to Please took a run at her, but could not get close to Quite a Bride, the clear-cut winner. Ready to Please was second, and Calla Lily was third.
Quite a Bride also getting a little bit of class relief. She'd found herself in against the very tough Magnificent Song in her last two. Here avoids that one, who I believe is pointing for a grade 1 down at Keeneland, and here gets the 2-length victory as the favorite, just under 2-1 over Ready to Please, and Calla Lily moving up into stakes company. The winner, Quite a Bride, is a chestnut daughter of Stormy Atlantic from Wise Bride by Blushing Groom. Bred in Florida by the Ara Santa Maria de Araras and owned by the breeder, trained by Bill Mott, and ridden to victory by Cornelio Velasquez, Quite a Bride covers the mile on that firm Belmont turf in 1 minute 33 and 2. That'll wrap up a very busy edition of Horses and Courses. Thank you very much for joining us this week. We hope you'll be able to join us again next time as we take a look at stakes racing action from around the country. Until then, I'm Jean Wood. Have a great week at the races.